Elon Musk, this billionaire who cares nothing about taking people's Social Security away, this guy says that he wants to cut $2 trillion out of the federal government. A shutdown would allow him to do it. And here's another point, Chris. There's no exit ramp.
No, it wouldn't.
Anyone who wants the shutdown, I'd ask them.
No, you're making it seem like the Republicans don't. The Republicans want a shutdown. They're not going to save us. Once again, Democratic leader Chuck Schumer has announced that he will vote to keep the government open, signaling a path to averting a shutdown. These goddamn cowards, dude. Senator Schumer is not forcing the Republicans to concede on anything and not using the remaining power, the marginal power that the minority party has at its disposal to get Republicans to concede in order to avert a government shutdown. Insane stuff.
The federal government will shut down tomorrow at midnight. I have said many times there are no winners in a government shutdown. But there are certainly victims.
I don't have any confidence in the Democrats, but they did say that they were going to fight back against this yesterday and that there wasn't going to be 60 votes for this and that they would have pushed it into a filibuster, or they would have, pushed the Republicans to come back and bargain with them and get some assurances. I wanted them to do that. I urged people to do that. I thought the Democrats, at least judging by their response initially, would do that potentially, but I have no real firmly held convictions about the Democrats doing the right thing ever. So the reality is, this is the bare minimum. Okay, what they're supposed to be doing here, what Chuck Schumer is doing here right now, is beyond lower than the bare minimum.
Most vulnerable Americans who rely on federal programs to feed their families. While the CR bill is very bad, the potential for a shutdown has consequences for America.
So Republicans have basically trapped the Democrats in this situation where if they force a government shutdown, the government shuts down. If they don't force a government shutdown, they permanently shut down federal agencies. That is where we're at AOC on this issue.
Republican extreme spending bill removes all of the guardrails and all of the accountability measures to ensure that money is being spent in the way that Congress has directed for it to be spent. This turns the federal government into a slush fund for Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It sacrifices congressional authority, and it is deeply partisan. And so to me, it is almost unthinkable why Senate Democrats would vote to hand the few pieces of leverage that we have away for free when we've been sent here to protect Social Security, protect Medicaid, and protect Medicare.
There's also this part from AOC. AOC later sidesteps questions from Jake Tapper on if she challenged Schumer for a Senate seat. I think that what we need right now is a unified Senate Democratic caucus that can stand up for this country and not vote for cloture and not vote for this bill. And I think that the strength that we have is in this moment. Reconciliation. Republicans do not need Democratic votes for that. They need it for this. And so the strength of our leadership in this moment is going to demonstrate the strength of our caucus. And I cannot urge enough how bad of an idea it is to empower and enable Donald Trump and Elon Musk in this moment. It is dangerous. It is reckless. Asked if she thinks Schumer's a weak Senate leader considering his reported support for cloture, AOC responds, I think that would be a mistake. We have time between now and tomorrow, and I hope that individuals are considering that. Reconsider it. The Democratic Party is led by the politician equivalent of the dad who went out for cigarettes and never came back. Let's see what Chuck Schumer is saying on Chris Hayes.
I understand why they're so upset with the CR, but I disagree with them because the shutdown would be worse for their employees. They could just eliminate huge portions of government workers automatically. They could eliminate programs automatically, which they can't do on the CR. The CR has certain spending, and they can screw around with it, and they will. These guys are sons of guns. They're going to do everything they can to hurt the government. You know what they've talked about. Elon Musk, this billionaire who cares nothing about taking people's Social Security away, this guy says that he wants to cut $2 trillion out of the federal government. A shutdown would allow him to do it. And here's another point, Chris. There's no exit ramp.
No, it wouldn't.
Anyone who wants the shutdown, I'd ask them.
No, you're making it seem like the Republicans don't. The Republicans want a shutdown. They don't.
So
this is a lie. It would be unimaginably unpopular for the Republicans to get to a shutdown without conceding at any point to the Democrats. The president always owns the shutdown.
Right? Democrats don't control any part of the government. So there's not a ton of leverage. The one thing they have leverage is in the Senate where you need a filibuster-proof majority on a cloture vote. that there's essentially an
I'm gonna be honest with you.
unconstitutional.
Chuck Schumer knows this. This is compliance. They're complicit. They're
assault on the
complicit.
Constitution.
This is
These
a
guys are the
collaboration.
worst, and we got to fight them every step of the way. As we
Right,
say
but
in
that-
Brooklyn,
but
Chris,
they're
every
saying you're not
step of
fighting.
Face.
But look, Russ Vought
We
is
are
already
fighting.
telling people, but he's telling people on the floor, we are not even going to listen to this CR. This is a piece of paper that we will impound and rip up the moment it's passed. If that's the case, how is voting for cloture not essentially an imprimatur on the very same assault on the constitutional order?
They're already, even without this CR, they're already doing it.
Right.
Okay? They did it to the Department of Education. But I can tell you, I've been through shutdowns before. It's not that this CR is good. It's not that voting for it is good. It's horrible. But the alternative is worse. And we have to look just a month ahead and see how bad a shutdown would be for all the things we believe in, and how I'd say Trump and Doge and Musk and Vogt, they're like drooling with happiness and desire to get a government shutdown. They've said they want it. Why? Not for doing anything good, I'll tell you that. These guys are authoritarians.
Which is why we're showing our belly to them.
Final question about just an issue of intercameral strategy. I mean, the Democrats voted en masse against this in the House. They lost only one vote, Jared Golden in Maine. I've seen a lot of House members, and across an ideological range, interestingly enough, urging the Senate to filibuster this, saying, look, this is existential about whether we control the power of the purse or not. We cannot essentially sign off on this Doge unilateral arrogation of this power.
Yeah, look, I
Do they have it wrong?
I supported what the House did to vote against this bill universally, but that didn't cause a shutdown. It's different in the Senate. And I knew people were going to disagree with me, but I felt so strongly that the shutdown would be the greatest disaster we face with these arrogant autocrats, that we had to avoid the shutdown and fight on many of the other things, every other issue that we have.
All right, Senator Chuck Schumer, who's the leader of the Democrats in the Senate, announcing he will be a yes for cloture tomorrow. I imagine you will have the 6 or so other votes you need to get that over the hump. Thank you, sir. Come on anytime with late breaking news, and we can do this whenever you want.
Thank you, Chris. Nice to
Appreciate
talk with you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
I can't. It's unbelievable, dude. It is unbelievable.